Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2, gang, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Part 2, gang, y'all. Let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. Man, that jump was crazy, man. We went and looked. Just was still balled up. He was like, man, they gone, man. Dude was like, man, get out my cell, man. Dude was sitting on the top bunk, I guess, watching them get whooped from the top bunk. Just was like, man, they gone, man. Dude said, man, get him out my cell. Get him out my cell. Just was like, he got up, he was like, he brushed himself off. He came out, I'm looking at him. There's nothing wrong with his face. I promise y'all, man, there's nothing wrong with his face, man. This fiend was mere mortal. There was nothing wrong with this man's face, man. I guess his ball up game, and he's so tall, he just was an expert at his ball up game. Like, they probably beat his body up real bad, but like, man, it was nothing wrong with his face, man. There was nothing wrong with this man's face. So he said, after he brushed himself off, he was like, now we even. Now we even. Now we even. He took his shirt off. He was like, when he took his shirt off, all you seen was marks. Like, he was kicking him, punching him. Like, I don't know. It was like, he like a little lighter than me, brown skinned dude. Like, you just seen the marks all over him. He go up the steps with his shirt off. He like, went in the cell. I was like, man, look at P. I was like, man, come on, man, let's go to Child, man. You know what I mean? We go to the boy. Hey, yo, let us out. Let us out. Go to Child. We walking. Going down the boulevard. I was like, yo, man, say word, man. That man just took that butt whooping, bro. But he ain't had to pay that tab, bro. He was like, man, I ain't never seen nothing like that. I was like, bro, that was me. I beat him up every day. He talking about we even. And I was like, bro, that's crazy, man. I was like, man, somebody stupid enough to give him something up front, man. They just idiots. Man, they just idiots, man. So I'm like, this junk crazy, man. This junk crazy. So we go eat. You know what I mean? The whole time we in there, everybody just talking about it. Like, yo, you heard the noise? Like, yeah, there's some dudes in the 80 building came to beat up Just. Like, everybody talking about it. We like, yo, that's crazy, man. Like, you know what I mean? They came here and put work in and didn't really put work in. But I didn't know what was going on, man. So we came back from Child. So P went up there. I guess he had a conversation with Just. You know what I mean? So Just kind of like chilled out after that. Basically, he didn't have no narcotics. That's what it was. He didn't have no narcotics, man. So like, it was out of control, man. But this man just was like all around clever when it came to getting lit, man. I ain't even gonna lie. So after the D block was gone, after he take the butt whipping, man, like it was like he was trying to get back. It looked like he was trying to, you know what I mean? Like he was trying to like kick this stuff. Like he won't trying to mess with it no more. But this is how it looks when you don't have anything. You know what I mean? So he would go to sick call every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He would go to that. Like he started doing that. Like go to them. Like start going to sick call. So one time I came to P and them saying, P was like, man, look at this idiot, man. I look. This man had a napkin. We used to get the brown paper towels. Like y'all know, like they come in a big roll, but like the CO in the booth would like roll you out some if you need some. Or sometimes you could get the roll. Like a lot of dudes would have that because it's napkins basically. So he had the brown napkin sitting on the table with like 10 on that joint, man. Like the big joints. He had all type of stuff sitting on the joint. I'm like, I see it, but the Easter candy, y'all remember the Easter candy with the stuff written on it? It looked like that somebody done sucked on it, paused, like it was in somebody's mouth or somebody was eating the candy and took it out, and like it just looked raggedy. Even the names on it was just draining the words, like. So I'm like, why up like that? He was like, because you know when you go to pill call, you gotta look like you're taking your medicine, so the medicine go in your mouth. So he said the people I be buying it from, they'll put it in their mouth, put it under their tongue, because after you do that, you gotta go like they want to see you took the medicine. So he said, after you do that, you know, they take it out their mouth and, you know, I buy it from them like that. I was like, so you buying, people already had it in their mouth, bro? He was like, man, Adderall good as a, ask anybody about Adderall, man. He grabbed a joint, he was like, he chewed that joint, y'all. He was like, he said, you ain't gonna drink no water, man. He was like, and he grabbed another pill, he was like, so that's diabolical. He ain't use no water, y'all. So boom. run with this guy, man. He was like, he just sat back on the box. He was like, come on, man, we dipped out. He just dozed off right then and there. I was like, that junk crazy, man. People was like, man, for real, Weezy. Like, man, I think I'm going to the hole, man. He was like, man, like, he ain't disrespectful, man, but I ain't used to. He said, man, that junk give me flashbacks of my uncle, man. Used to get my mama back in the day, man. Like, my uncle turned my mama out, man. Like I don't like seeing people like that, Weezy, man. I'm like, shh. I'm like, yo, bro, listen, man. I don't want you to go to the bingo, bro. Like, you know what I mean? He was like, bro, I'm telling you, bro, like, I might can't do it, Weezy, man. He was like, that junk stressing me out. He was like, this dude gonna find something to get off, bro. You know what I mean? I'm like, shh. I'm like, man, real talk, bro. I was like, man, that man need rehab, bro. He was like, then the crazy thing is, this man about to go home, bro. This man ain't got long left, Weezy, man. This man go home in 2017. So when he said that, I'm like, man, I go home in 2017. I was like, for real, bro? He was like, yeah. I was like, that's crazy, man. I was like, man, shh. I said, bro, he just one of them inmates that's what he do. You know what I mean? Like, he gonna get lit. That's what he do, man. You know what I mean? You can't stop that, bro. Can't stop that junk, bro. He was like, man, I'm telling you, Weezy, man. Like, I don't think I can take it no more. You know what I mean? So I was like, bro, don't do it. I tried to talk him out of it. You know what I mean? But he was like, bro, listen, if I end up moving, bro, like, I'm gonna catch up with you, Weezy, man. I was like, shh. Like, I didn't even really know what to tell him. I didn't want to say stay, bro, because some people can't put up with that. You heard what bro said, man. Like give him flashbacks when his mom, you know what I mean? When his uncle used to get lit with his mom. And like, you know, like seeing that as a young dude or however age he was, seeing his mom indulge in that, like, that can damage somebody, man. Like, you know, internal damage type of thing, man. So like being in a room with somebody that's like all the way strung out, man, and do all the food groups, like, it's like a no-win situation, man. Like, it's not really disrespectful what he's doing, but it can get under your skin what he's doing, man. I felt the same way bro was feeling, man. Like, I don't know if I could have stayed in the cell with him either, y'all. So boom. So I wake up the next morning to somebody telling me, yo, Weezy, your homeboy went to the hole. I'm like, who? They're like, P. I'm like, for real? They was like, I don't know what he did. He just walked out, and they said, you know what I mean? They came to pack this stuff. I was like, they already packed this stuff? Like, yeah. So I didn't go to breakfast, so I didn't hear none of this. I'm like, it's crazy, man. I'm like, this is wild. Like, P dipped. But he told me he was dipping, man. I looked across the joint, and I just seen Just standing over there in the mirror. He was just looking in the mirror, like he was just looking at himself, and I'm like, shh. I walked over there, I was like, he ain't even say nothing. I just opened the joint. I'm like, well, hey, yo, what's up? What happened to P, man? He was like, he said he didn't want to be my roommate no more. I said, what you mean he didn't want to be your roommate no more? He said he didn't want to be my roommate no more. I said, can you blame him, man? I said, come on, Just, man. He was like, man, look, I gotta do me, man. As he was doing that, he was like, hold the door down. I was like, for what? He had a little piece of paper with a knock, and he went to the joint, and he had a book. He was like, he was doing CPR. He was, pause. I'm like, yo, what you doing? He was like, he moved the book, and he moved the napkin. It looked like 3 tons of powder. I was like, he was like, hold me down. That man got down low on the table, y'all. He was like, that man started walking in a circle, y'all. So boom. I said, oh my God. He was like, thanks, Weezy. Oh yeah. Hey, look, it's a dude that got the hottest chicken over in 30 building. Once didn't you say you was in 30 building? I said, I never told you that. He said, yeah, P told me you was in 30 building. I said, man, I was like, all right, so what you saying? He was like, you know the dude that got the hottest chicken over there? I said, I don't know nothing about nobody got no hottest chicken over there. He said, look, we put our commissary sheets in them tomorrow night. He said, if you can get me some hottest chicken, I'll order you $100. I'm like, show me your money, man. I said, show me your money. Let me see your money first. He was like, he went under this bed. He was like, he on the bottom bunk now. He was like, man, look, man, I got money on my books, man. I looked at John, said $750. I was like, he was like, I got money on my books. I'm trying to get it. I said, you getting down? What you mean, bro? He was like, man, try to see if you can holler at the dude, man. I was like, man, like, I really didn't want to, but I was like, man, that junk crazy, man. Like, you know, I'm a holler at him, man. You know what I mean? I'm a holler at him. So I'm like, man. So as he said that, I was about to leave. He called me back. He's like, oh, Weezy, come here. I was like, what's up? He said, man, you know such and such. I was like, who was that? He said, man, the dude that's a 70 building part of the red team. I'm like, I mean, I know him a little bit. I don't know him like that. He was like, yeah, they said they got the hottest chicken too. He was like, but they want money up front. I was like, shh. Man, can you blame him, man? Look what kind of reputation you created for yourself, bro. Like, you get stuff from people and just buck, bro. I was like, bro, that's not right and exact, bro. You can't do nothing like that. He was like, man, look, either way, I'm trying to get some hottest chicken, man. See, you can make the joint happen for me, man. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, man. So I didn't really want to do this, but I'm like, yo, $100 commissary when the time that I'm really chilling, like this'll mean a lot right now, man. Like, I don't have to spend my money for one. And for two, getting $100 worth of commissary is good money. Like, he wasn't going nowhere, like, dipping like that, because this man definitely loved to get lit. So he wasn't going nowhere. So, like, me getting that, like, it wasn't going to hurt to experiment off $100, you know what I mean? Like, I just had to see how it was going to go, man. Y'all know the hustler in me always got to experiment to see how things go, man. So I shot a kite to my homeboy that's in 31. You know what I mean? I told him, meet me at the gym. You know what I mean? Now, we had the gym for 2 o'clock. They didn't have the gym, but my man can sneak there sometimes when we try to holler at each other. So my man snuck to the gym to holler at me. So when I seen him, I was like, yo, bro, who in the building got the hottest chicken, bro? He was like, yo, the dude in my block got the hottest chicken. He was like, the Richmond dude. He was like, oh, my sonny messed with the Richmond dude. His celly was from Richmond. The whole time my homeboy celly was from Richmond. You know what I mean? He was like, yo, he from Richmond. So he messed with the dude that got it. He was like, man, I just be making plays on some middleman stuff, you know what I mean? I was like, look, bro, I'm trying to get something, bro. I was like, look, I got $50 green dot. You know what I mean? I said, can you give me $100 piece? You know what I mean? For the $50. He was like, I mean, I might can holler at my seller though, bro. He was like, but for real though, whatever he give you though, it's gonna look like something for $100 though, you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, it's a dude, man, on my block, man, get super high, man. I was like, man, this man is freaking sick with it, bro. I was like, but he trying to get some hottest chicken. He said I can give him the joint for a list for $100. So he was like, oh yeah, you need that. So I was like, hit a green dot, bro. I was like, bro, try to catch me at the fence at dinner. You know what I mean? He was like, I'm about to go put it together. So me and him kicked it for the rest of the gym. He went back. I went back. I had to wait on dinner. So when we go to dinner, I'm in the chow hall eating. Somebody came up, was like, yo, Weezy, somebody at the gate on the other side want you. Boom, by time for me to leave, I leave. So I'm leaving out the gate right there. I just push straight to the opening of the gate, like where the gate will open up at. You know what I mean? I was like, what's up? I said, it's my man. He like, hey, look, what's up, bro? He dapped me up. I was like, oh, this is junk. He was like, yeah. I grabbed junk, put it in my pocket. He was like, yeah, bro, you good money though. I was like, yeah. I was like, what's up? He was like, I put 2 feezies in there for you too. Like, yo, bro, good look, bro. I'm gonna holler at you, though. Appreciate it. He was like, bet. So I dipped back to the building. When I dipped back to the building, I seen Just. You know what I mean? I didn't really want to talk to him, but I gotta make this play, man. So like, I go up there. I go to his cell. He was like, what's up? He was like, he's still high off that Adderall. He like, what's up? I'm like, hey, bro, look. Show him. He like, it's the hottest chick. I'm like, yeah. He was like, look, man. Come on, let me get that. I was like, nah, because look, you one of them niggas that can take an ass whooping, bro. I don't got time to be whooping your ass for free, bro. I want my fucking money, man. I said, is this shit a lot? He was like, man, fill the bubble sheet out and give it to me. I'm going to put my name on the motherfucker and put it in the door. Just don't get no soups. I'm like, shh. I said, man, for real, Just. He was like, man, he had a face like, come on, Weezy. Like, he was ready to fight me or something. I was going to fight him over that goddamn $100 block. That's my word. I'm like, he's like, man, come on, Weezy. I'm like, bro, look, bro. I want my shit, man. I'm not joking, man. He was like, bro, I got you. Everything, I got you, man. Please. Please, man. I'm like, man, you don't even know how this shit is, man. You ready to take this shit? You don't even know how this shit is yet, man. He was like, man, give me peace, please, Weezy. That nigga started looking like Pookie. I was like, he scared me a little. That nigga was like, give me peace, please, Weezy. Please, man. Come on, man. Let me buy it, Weezy, man. Please. I was like, man, calm the fuck down, man. I said, man, calm your ass down, man. I said, look, man, let me know how this shit is. So I turned around. And that's where I really got a good look at what my man gave me. You know what I mean? I looked at it. I'm like, this look more than $100. I'm like, I'm about to make 200 out this, y'all. So boom. I turned around like this. I'm like, psh. I was like, look, bro, both of these joints $100, bro. Which one you want? I'm about to go sell one another one to the white boy, bro. I said, which one you want? He was like, I want both. I was like, man, look, let me know how this shit is, bro. I said, here. Psh. He was like, I can try. I was like, bro, you can try it. I said, if you like it, and you promise to have my fucking money, bro, I might give you this shit. Like, I was going to give it to him, pause, but I was going to give it to him, pause, but like, still though, like, I'm still just reluctant a little bit, because I'm like, man, like, I know he can take an ass whooping. So I'm like, man, so fuck it, I'm going to do it, like, you know what I mean? I let him try the shit, but I gave him a little piece. He was like, I can try it. I'm like, yeah, bro, see, let me know how it is real quick. He was like, he stopped looking. He was like, he came on his bed. He was like, nigga built that shit fast. And nigga was like, hey, Weezy, hand me that razor. I was like, where? He was like, on the top bunk where I used to sleep at. I was like, I felt it on the bed on the side. I was like, I felt the razor. I was like, yeah, I gave him the razor. He grabbed the sheet. He was like, He got surgical. His face got serious as a bitch. He grabbed a sheet from like the part like where his little thick at on the end of the sheet. He was like, razor dumb shot. He was like, ripped that part off, got rid of that part. Then he got to the skinny part. He was like, pull that Weezy. I was like, pull what? He was like, the sheet. I was like, he held it. He was like, come on. I was like, we both put that joint ripped off and gave him a little string like this long. He was like, he grabbed a little piece he was making. He was like, he started tying that joint up there. Then the other piece, I guess that holds the piece that he put the crack on, that Hardy's chicken on, that right there just went right into place as he tied it. He was like, and he turned into an expert. He was like, let me see it, Weezy. Hey, fuck. Put it back down. I was like, what you doing now? He was like, I gotta make a donut. I was like, a donut? What the fuck you need a donut for, bro? Now, we didn't have lighters. Everybody didn't have lighters on Lawrenceville. You know what I mean? Now, some people would. A lot of people wouldn't, man. You know what I mean? Because it was so easy to get a light. You can get a light by popping your joint where the light switch is all at, where the light socket is at. Then you can get a light from having the little silver little wire joints, the little brittle joints that you clean with for real. We use that for light because all you got to do is just get that joint and put it on a battery, like 2 batteries, and that joint is just, that joint will light up. Or you can put it in your adapter and then put it on a battery and it'll light up. So like, it was so easy to get fire, you know what I mean? So like, I'm like, what you need a donut for, bro? Like the donuts, like I really didn't hear about people using donuts since I've been on Lawrenceville, because a donut is when you don't have hot water and you make the hot water out the donut, because the donut is going to burn. It's going to be your fire. Like you make it out the toilet paper and it burns, you know what I mean? So I'm like, a donut, bro? Like, he was like, yeah, because I got to keep the joint burning if I can have a light. I'm like, I ain't never seen that, man. But on Susses, I done seen dudes get lit with the lighter game. You know what I mean? He was like, man, just make me a donut, Weezy, man, because I don't want to move my hand and shit fall off. I'm like, shh. I grabbed the toilet paper. I was like, shh. Made him the donut. I was like, here, man. He was like, put it on the toilet. All right. He was like, man, here go the jar for the light. He gave me the jar for the light. I was like, the jar there. The jar was super red. I was like, it's lit up. You know what I mean? That joint lit up. I back up. When I see the flames, I back up. That joint, he like this. When he saw the flames, he did like this. He just said, he crept to that joint. He was like, I said, bro, you gonna burn the whole stem, bro, or burn your face off. He was like, yeah, right. He was like, roll me a piece of toilet paper, Weezy, make me a wig. I said, man, what the hell I look like? Your freaking get high assistant, bro? What the fuck is this, man? He was like, man, come on, man. I was like, shh. Grabbed toilet paper, made him a wig. He was like, put it in the jar. He was like, get rid of the toilet, get rid of the donut. I was like, man, threw it in the toilet, flushed the jar. But the jar, the wick burned. He was like, give me the wick. I gave him the wick. He was like, he went upside down with that junk, y'all. He was like, I knew it was burning this part of his hand though, but he a psycho, because the flame of the wick is like, you know, usually people will blow the wick out and just let it burn and you have that little red tip for your fire. But no, he wanted the fire. So I know the junk was like kind of like hitting this part of his hand. He was like, that's how that joke sounded like. That joke was hitting perfectly. He was like, I like that joke, Weezy. Let me get the rest of it. So boom. I knew it. I was like, but look here, man. I said, but look, just have my bread. That's all I'm saying, though, man. Just have my money, man. He was like, I got you. I got you, man. He was like, look, man, they say the dudes over in 70 building got the same thing 30 building got. I had tasted the piece the other night. I ain't tell you. He was like, just the same thing. I'm telling you, just the same goddamn thing. I was like, for real, man? He was like, yeah, man. He was like, man, I need some more of this shit, man. I said, man, just make sure you have my goddamn commissary, man. I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. He was like, man, you good. You good. So I dipped out. And they were looking like G1. And they move definitely. I was like, this is a fucking psycho. I leave out of the cell, goddamn it. I dip. I go back to my damn joint. I'm like, damn, I just gambled. I was like, man, it wouldn't cost me no $50 though, man, to get 100. It's like, fuck that shit. You know what I mean? So I just waited, you know what I mean? So I ain't say shit to the nigga. So the nigga just came, this nigga just started just getting high as fuck. Like, I guess he made that shit stretch. That's what I was thinking. I still had the other piece, which I was gonna sell to somebody else. I definitely wasn't selling his ass and you let him buy all this shit. That wasn't happening. So I guess he was making it stretch of what I gave him. That's what I thought. But the whole time, this idiot was buying shit from the niggas in 70 building on the tick. And I can't believe that these niggas gave it to him on tick. I don't know why they did. I don't know how they did. I don't know shit. But I guess he went with them with the commissary thing because his reputation was already ruined from what he bought them dude in 80 building. But I guess he promised them niggas the commissary. So when commissary came, this is my word. They called that nigga. I was on the door. I was waiting for that nigga. Goddamn it. And like my door was already open because my celly went to commissary already. So when they called that nigga, I was already on the door. I was like, I look, this nigga had a bunch of shit on the damn table. I was like, oh, he did. I was like, yeah, he won't well it. He won't well it. So he started putting all this shit. As soon as he did that shit, I came up the steps quick, boom. I was like, thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. I was like, there go your suits right there. Boy, I brought another bag for you. Put your suits in there. The lady from commissary was looking at me like, I was like, oh, nah, man. Like, he be helping me out. He be ordering me stuff in commissary. Ain't nothing like that. I'm welling my ass off. She was like, I'm like, yeah, bro, there go your bag for your suits. He was like, move fast, don't you wheeze. I was like, yeah. He was like, look, dude, man, I was going to give you a shit, though. He was like, but look. He said, man, I might be in trouble, though. I said, how the fuck you in trouble this time? He was like, because them dudes in 70 building gave me something for $100, commissary. I said, how the fuck you going to do two people $100 commissary? He said, fuck them. Yeah, damn it. I already told you they dumb enough to give it to me. Fuck them. I'm like, man, he was a fucking idiot, man. I was like, real talk, man. He was a fucking idiot, bro. Like, real shit, man. You need fucking rehab because you just think about getting high and consequences later, bro. Like, you wild as shit, man. I'm going to holler at you, man. I grabbed my bag and went up the steps like Santa Claus, y'all, like this. Went back to my damn cell. You know what I mean? Got to my cell to start watching shit. So goddamn, after they finished the commissary, soon as they finished that goddamn commissary, man, I promise you, man, it was two dudes from the red team that was in 62 part. And they was at our fucking door. And they was like, yo, where that nigga just at? That nigga just got his commissary already. And I heard a nigga, dude didn't think I heard him, but I heard the nigga at the crack of the door. You know what I mean? And he was talking to them niggas. He was like, man, he gave his whole bag to Weezy. Dude, like, what? He gave his whole bag to Weezy. So goddamn, I'm like, damn, this nigga said that shit. So I had to sit back down on the bed. I'm like, man, nigga ain't fucking with me. I don't care about that shit. So goddamn, nigga come to the door. A red team member in our pod. Nigga was like, I was like, yo. He was like, hey, Weezy. Hey, look, the nigga just gave his whole commissary back. I was like, bro, he owed me his whole commissary back. He was like, for what? I was like, bro. Like, he was like, man, if you don't mind me asking. I was like, bro, for some Hardee's chicken, bro. You know what I mean? He was like, man, he bought some Hardee's chicken for my man and I vouched for him to spend $100. And this nigga gave you his whole bag? I'm like, bro, he owed me his whole bag. I ain't know y'all niggas was making plays. I said, as soon as he got his shit, I was on that nigga neck. Dog, the bounty hunter game. You hear me? I said, I was on him. And I went and got my shit. He was like, that's what the fuck I was supposed to do. He was like, man, fuck. So he dipped off. And I guess he went to go holler at his homies. Man, I promise you, by the time they was saying stand by for outside rec, man, it was like 5 bloods in our pod, not in our pod. I was like, oh shit. So Justin his cell. Just in a fucking cell, man. I promise you, man. I looked up. All I seen was niggas going up the steps like band dudes. It was like 5 of them niggas. I was like, oh shit. I was like, man, just dumb as a bitch. The niggas went up there, came around. They got to that nigga cell. They didn't even fucking knock. Man, they went in that bitch. Man, they beat the living fucking shit out Just dumbass. You hear me? I don't know if his ball up game worked this time. Man, they beat his motherfucking ass. They beat his ass so fucking bad, man. His new roommate, went and told the fucking police. He went and told the fucking police after them niggas got out of there. Because them niggas escaped when they called outside rep. Man, the police came in that bitch, man. The police got that nigga ass, man. And for real, he was in the junk fucked up. They beat his ass this time. They did a way better job than them niggas in 80 building did, man. I promise you, man. Goddamn, them niggas helped that nigga down. And they had the stretcher already sitting at the bottom of the steps. Man, they got that nigga down the steps, man. And they threw that nigga on a stretcher, man. I just looked up. And I just seen Justice getting rolled out that motherfucker, man. And the fucking blood of people pushing that nigga out that junk. And that nigga just was on the junk like this.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments can pay for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.